What's good, Fin Nation? What's good? It's your boy Reason, and we are back here for another one. Tonight, we are going to preview the Buffalo Bills and Miami Dolphins matchup this Sunday. But obviously, the big topic of discussion for today is Will Fuller and what's going on with Will Fuller. Now, I posted a somewhat, um, a less than detailed tweet today and basically let people know what I was hearing and stuff like that. Just a little vague description of what I was hearing. But if you were a Patreon, you were updated today, and I told the Patrons exactly what I've been hearing. I've been thinking about it, and the only reason I haven't gone totally in depth on Twitter to what I heard is because I don't have the why. And I'm gonna just, come out and say it here tonight and tell y'all what I'm hearing with Will Fuller before we get into everything. So obviously, Will Fuller missed practice yesterday because of a personal issue, and then today he missed practice again. And then Brian Flores, during his interview, addressed Will Fuller, and we are going to, I'm going to play for you guys who didn't hear what he had said. This is what Brian Flores said today regarding Will Fuller, and then I'm going to get into exactly what I'm hearing. All right, so this is what Brian Flores had to say today specifically about Will Fuller.
Not practice today, and he will not play on Sunday. He's dealing with a personal issue. I've had multiple conversations with him last couple of days. He's definitely dealing with a personal issue. I respect his privacy. I ask that everyone respects his privacy. We support Will, and we'll take it one day at a time.
Do you have the sense that this could stretch on multiple weeks without obviously?
We take it one day at a time.
How does this impact the Dolphins offense?
He didn't play last week. We just next guy will step in and get reps, which we got yesterday, and we'll get some more today. And
are you confident that he'll return to the team this season?
One day at a time.
That's so much as you can reveal. This come as a surprise, whatever the situation is he's dealing with.
Look, things arise in our lives. That's kind of what he's dealing with right now. And he has our support. He has my support. Is it a surprise? Things happen. And, when they happen, then, they're not part of your normal every day. Yeah, it's a surprise from that standpoint. But you kind of deal with it, and he's dealing with it, and we'll support him, and we'll just make our adjustments as a team, play without him, and move forward.
All right, so there's some people on Twitter who don't know I gained like 200 followers today, so shut up. I passed 4K on Twitter today. It wasn't my intention by any stretch of the imagination. So this is where I'm at. This is what I've been told. So I woke up this morning at 6:30 a.m. and basically what happened was at about 9:30, I passed my kids off to my wife, and I was like, I'm going to lie down for a bit. At about 9:53 a.m., I got a text message. I got two. I got one asking if I was around. The second one said, this is a doozy. And it's from the same person who was on point, 100% correct about Xavier Howard, feeding me all that information regarding Xavier Howard. If you'll remember, we knew about Xavier Howard's foot injury before the foot injury happened. You know what I mean? He's also the same one. If you're a patron, you got the info before the game last weekend that after Jackson came off COVID, the feeling was that Liam Eichenberg was was going to be the starting left tackle because he had been getting the reps there all that week. So, anyway, same source. So I'm just proving this person is credible. So what I was told this morning is quite simple. I was told that right now Will Fuller is contemplating retiring from the National Football League. That's what I've been told. Now, the reason why I haven't gone full blast with it is because I haven't been told why. I have no idea what the why is. I do not know. And the reason why I didn't post that on Twitter and yet I posted on Patreon is because I know on Twitter the first question I'm going to have to answer is why. I don't know why. I haven't been told why. I've been trying to figure out why all day since I got told that he's contemplating retirement. That's why Brian Flores was so. And timeline further, I got told this at I got texted at 9:53. My source got this information at like 9:30 in the morning. So before the Flores press conference. So I know there's a couple rumors out there where someone hit me up about him being involved in the Deshaun Watson stuff. I have not heard that. I know Ball Game. I talked to Ball Game today. I know Ball Game told everyone that his mother's sick and has COVID. That doesn't kind of jive with what I've been told, because after I was told that, I obviously kept doing some digging, and I found out, I talked to other people who you guys know, who you guys know of, and I found out that Will Fuller has had workout sessions this week. So my whole thing, and I know he's scheduled, recent workout sessions, all right? And like I know when. I was not allowed to say like when exactly, but let's just say it was in the last 24 hours. And if his mother was sick, I feel like he wouldn't be booking workout sessions. Like that makes so if his mother was sick, I feel like he'd be by her side in North Philly, and if it was family related, that would have already leaked out. And this is kind of where I'm at with it. If he doesn't have the same love for the game, or if he's looking to walk away because of the toll it's taken on his body or whatever, if that's where he's at mentally, and he says something to Brian Flores and they have a conversation about it, that's a lot easier to keep under wraps than an illness in the family or a dispute, or I feel like with the whole Watson thing, his name would have already came out, because I know people were talking about there was a second player apparently involved with the Watson stuff, but I feel like Fuller's name came out. So it's to me, I don't know why. I mean, I have no idea. There's a lot of different variables. So, but I've been told right now, Will Fuller's contemplating retiring from the game of football. So I know he's been working workout sessions, but he's an athlete, so you're gonna just naturally stay in shape. So I mean, take that with how you want to take it. That's what I've been told. That's why I said today, brace on Twitter, brace for the possibility that he may never play it down for the Miami Dolphins, because this is what I've been told. So, if his you got to think logically here. If his mom was sick, Will Fuller would not be in Miami right now. Will Fuller would be going to North Philly and being by his mom's bedside. So that it just doesn't jive with what I've heard. Now it may be right. I haven't heard it, and the stuff that I have heard from people close to his camp and my source here are, and people close to his camp, I mean the guys that perform. From the guys that perform and my separate source here, um, it doesn't jive what I've heard. I feel like I would have been told this, and no, I can confirm this. No, it's not because of Deshaun Watson. So I'll kill that right now. I was told, quote unquote, I was told, quote unquote, Will fucks with Tua. So it has nothing to do with Deshaun Watson. Let me kill that right away. So, because I know people will try and create that narrative or whatever. It has nothing to do with Deshaun Watson at all. He likes Tua Tagovailoa, and he gets along with Tua Tagovailoa. So it has nothing to do with that at all. I think it's either his body or he's just look at how guys, it's been a trend over the last 5-6 years. Players are retiring early. Oh, Michael, trust me, there's people that think it's because of Watson. You know what I mean? Because he didn't come here. So yeah, but if she's hospitalized due to COVID-19, he can't be by her bedside in Pennsylvania. Yes, but he'd be in Pennsylvania. He would not be in Miami. For the funeral arrangements, for all of that stuff, for if it goes down, it just doesn't make sense that he'd be in Miami. Now, I know a lot of people are asking about the compensation. I actually haven't looked into it. I know 10 million was guaranteed of his $10.6 million contract. I know, Michael, that's what I'm confused as everyone here. Like I'm confused. Yeah, it is what it is, man. I mean, it's next man up. It like you have to look at it that way. No, Coach Flo would not say he's going to retire straight up. He's not going to tell people publicly. That's Will Fuller's decision to make and Will Fuller's decision to make alone. It would be easy. It would be Will Fuller comes in, Will Fuller tells him he's contemplating retirement. Brian Flores says, go home and think about it. Make sure this is what you want. That's it. End of story. And yes, go to Valoa. Will Fuller did delete his Instagram a couple weeks ago. And what's kind of crazy is what's kind of crazy about that to me is he like I know he deleted it a while ago, but people were talking about it yesterday all of a sudden, and like I didn't even think of like a big deal out of it. I saw people on social media outlets talking about it. So yeah, and so from what I understand, he would have to pay back the guaranteed money. So I mean that's where it's at right now. So I don't know, man. I mean, like I know it's nothing with his wifey, with his girl or anything like that too. I know that for a fact. I'm not gonna say how, but I do know. I actually know that for a fact. Um, so I know it's not the wifey or anything like that. So, I don't know. Hey, it's got to happen. It's got to happen. What's gonna happen is gonna happen. It is what it is at this situation. CB83. Actually, someone said that to me about Lawrence Timmons. Lawrence Timmons all over again. But he went AWOL, right? He went AWOL. So, I don't know. We'll see. I mean, all what can happen is I hope, you know, it's the one of the few times I hope my source is wrong, because I'll gladly take an L on this one by telling all y'all what I'm hearing if I'm wrong, because I really wanted to see him play with the Miami Dolphins. On a scale of 1 to 10, what are the chances he plays this season? I have no idea, because I don't know why. If I knew why, I would let you know. I don't know why. All I know is he's contemplating retirement. That's all I know. And then I know about his training schedule this week. That's it. That's all I know. And the training schedule makes it kind of weird in the sense of, if you were retiring, why are you still working out? Like, in the extent you are. But hey, he's an athlete. Some want to stay in shape, like Ocho Cinco stays in shape, Terrell Owens stays in shape, all those guys. So we'll see what happens. I mean, all we can do is wish him the best, wish Will Fuller positive vibes, hope whatever's going on works itself out, and he just makes whatever the best choice is for him and his family, because Will Fuller's the only one who knows that. None of us do. So I hope Will Fuller, um, I hope Will Fuller, I hope and I wish him nothing but the best. So, trucking therapy, I bet 50 Saturday he's activated and plays. Well, you're about to lose $50. So, just well wishes to Will Fuller. Take your time, do whatever you got to do, make the decision that you think is best for you and your family, and man, we'll support you either way. I mean, hopefully it's nothing too serious in terms of mental health, and if he is contemplating the retirement, it's more so about, whether he just wants to put his body through it. So he's still fairly young too, right? So, but I mean, hey, life of a Dolphins fan, right? Don't make a splash signing of a 27-year-old player, and this is what happens. So, just all you can do is pray everything goes well, wish him the best, and he makes the best decision for him and his family. Other than that, at the end of the day, it's really, none of our. It's not for us to judge what he decides. It's not for us to judge what he decides. So it is what it is. All right. Let's get into um let's get into the preview for Sunday's game, because we got a lot to talk about. But before we do, I want to give a shout out. I got to go through the motions and do all the housekeeping that we got to do over here. Gonna go through. I'm gonna do that real quick. And let's get it going. If you'd like to donate to the channel, you can do so through the super chat. You can also donate to the channel, paypal.me/Finside. You become a Finside the NFL Patreon. I mean, hey, the Patreons, they got the information before everyone today, so they know it's good. Shout out to each and every one of the Patreons of this channel. There are 94 of you. We are 6 away from triple digits. Appreciate each and every one of you supporting the channel. Whenever things get demonetized, the extra work I put in, y'all make it worth it. As well as the channel members. But we'll get to you in a minute. Rhino Sith Fake Spike 94, K All Day Remote Casillas, Seth Slim Pickens, Red Dino, Marino's Goat, Keith Davis, your boy Trev, Josh, Jazz 803, Martin, the Arkham Elf, Irving, Drew Boo, The Show, Jawar Thompson, Jeff Jackson, Andre Villarreal, J Love T, Todd Labruto, The Enigmatic Man, Georgie Boy 23, Florida Born, Michael Rodriguez, Dennis Klassen, Philip Leduc, Tommy Flores, Ron Levy, Marino Ron, Anthony J. Marine, Brett Potvin, Joe Crotwell, Rhonda, Logan 15, Justo, Robert Martin, Reginald, Kyle Bow, Drip Entertainment, Anything's Possible, Troy, Nelson Alfonso, and then keeping up with the rest of all of you, all of my Patreon supporters. Ernesto Gonzalez, Rafael Lopez, Franklin Lejeune, Timothy Tapaneza, Dylan, David Figley, Miami Fan 113, Fins 1, Quentin Martin, Ryan Williams, Mauricio, Waddlehouse, Daddy Dean, Anthony Giandoletti, Joe Levesque, Jose Valdez, Junior Ronaldo, Guy Corner, Mitchell Gordon, Vaughn Green, Dennis Klassen, Derek Batten, Z-Man, Finn Shady 1313, Victor Fernandez, Maurice Perkins, Finn's Weekly, Hawaii Dolphin 808, G Firm 456, Flip City, Bob Oliver, Ian Miguel, Spencer, Richardson, Russell Grace, IT Respect, Garrett Lambert, Travis Brown, Manny, Nathan Berkey, Otto Bell, 22, Hunter Chaney, Jason Patrick, Alejandro Moro, Uncle Billy, Zeke One, Hammer, Chaz, Tardy C, the homie Tyler, and of course Surge. And then guys, the All 22 should be back at the latest. They said next week, so the film studies will be coming in. If you want early access to the film study, Patreon also gives you mod access and also gives you access to insider info. Either before I drop it on the show or some of it I don't even drop at all till after the fact if it happens. But yeah, and then also on top of that, if you want early access but you don't want to be a Patreon, there's the YouTube membership. You can become a member of Inside the NFL, the channel. You get a badge next to your name and you get access to all the emojis that I have at our disposal right now. And shout out to all the members: Damien Deese, MF Fins 1, Seth, Twizzle Law 10442, Timothy Whiteman, Yawa Bulla, Bruce 1, Foxing Around, Dr. Draft, Timothy Saponenza, Nico Kumo, Fake Spec 94, Jazza 803, D Ray 91, Tilly, Flips, Marcus 84, Ty Rhodes, Florida Born, SC 42, Cody Patron, The Show, Kevin Williams, Rhonda, Philip Leduc, Zachary Harris, Dennis Glasson, Birdman, 100 Ante, Ramon Casillas, Michael Simmons, Ron Levy, Chad Marchionne, Tony Marine, Barry Bailey, DC, Richmond Webb. Yes, the legendary Richmond Webb is a member of this channel. Furious KL Day, Irving Figura, Julian, Scorpion King 271, Whale 1, Innes Campbell, Mari, Fred Rivera, Justin Dunker, Cash, Zanny Jinzo, your boy Trev, Caddyshack, Vince Forever, Storm Warrior, Daryl Canna, Big Time, Wayne Hedgeman, Quint Riddle, Takamazi, Harriet Clement, Todd Beards, James Steele, Dolphin Don, Jeremiah Kelly, Big John Stud, Corn 72, Chef Jude, Tommy, Robert Martin, Ricky Butts, Joel Fields, Daddy Dean, BK2 Day, Dylan, Usmem, Ramona Latondo, A. Turner, Chocolate on a Straw, Miami Fan 113, James Jordan, Ivan Ulysses, Logan 15, Sal Powell, Joe Levesque, Robert Taylor, Jose Valdez, Big Spence, DM, Rock Hawkins, Franklin Mizzou, Kyle Bow, Simone Sniper 13, Esteban Santana, South Florida Dawn, Go to Valoa, Stetson O, Les Palpatok, Robert Fuller, Garrett Lambert, Fins Up Nubans, D. Capichelli, Tony Asawa, Dolphin Sweden, Tournament T, James Jordan, Rafael Ferrero, Bleezy 38, Wayne D Music, Pierre Lewis, D Hug All Day, the homie Tyler Collins, Sleepy, Fins for Life, and Sherrard Ford. Appreciate each and every one of you guys for supporting the channel. Love each and every one of you. Of course, patchvibes.com. Use code FINSIDE to save 20% off of your order. Backroomcollection.net. Use code REASON, save 10% of your order. And then Thrive Fantasy. Go use code FINSIDE at thrivefantasy.com and you will get your first $100 matched deposit wise when you put it in. So you put in $50, Thrive Fantasy will match it and put in another $50. If you put in 100, they'll put in another 100. So all the way up to $100 match. So put in 100, you can play with 200. Check it out. It's one of the best prop fantasy outlets out there. So check it out, thrivefantasy.com. All right. Now, let's go. Let's get into the Buffalo game. All right. So, Bills and Dolphins this week. And for all of you lucky bastards that are going to the game, Here's your quarter by quarter weather report. So kickoff, it's going to be humid and partly cloudy. Temperature at 89 Fahrenheit. It's going to feel like 102. Humidity is going to be at about 67%. It doesn't look like there's going to be precipitation at all, but there will be cloud cover. It's going to be basically humid and partly cloudy for most of the day. Second quarter, it's going to stay around the same. The winds will pick up and the cloud cover will increase. Again, third quarter should be about the same. And then the cloud cover is going to hover around the same. And then by the fourth quarter, the cloud cover should go down a little bit. But yet the humidity, it'll instead of feeling like 102, it'll feel like 101. So really that's the same thing. So it's going to be a warm one in Miami for the Buffalo Bills. Let's get some of those Bills players throwing up on the sideline, bringing their lunch up and up chucking everywhere. So let's beat them into submission. All right, let's make sure let's make sure that they rule the day they came to Miami and they were forced to sit in the sun. Let's let them die out there. So all right, continuing on. The injury report for today is as follows. The final injury report heading into the game. So obviously Will Fuller out, personal matter. Preston Williams was downgraded to limited today after being a full participant yesterday. So he's actually questionable as to whether he's even going to go now. Fledgling, Jenkins, Parker, Roberts, Shaheen, and Van Ginkel all full go after some of them starting off limited or them nursing little dings. As far as the Buffalo Bills, Gabriel Davis, Star Lutelli, and F.A. Obata are all questionable. Davis and Obata were both limited today. Lufelli was actually full, so he's probably going to be going. And then look at the veteran rest: Mario Addison, Cole Beasley, Stephon Diggs, Jerry Hughes. They're giving some veteran rest to these guys. Micah Hyde was limited today, but they don't even have him listed as questionable. Emmanuel Sanders obviously had vet rest, and now he's back as a full participant. Isaiah McKenzie and Matt Milano are good to go. So for the majority, I mean, other than Williams and Fuller, it's going to be basically almost the same. Well, even if Fuller doesn't, if Williams doesn't play, we're going to be trotting out the same offensive unit basically next week, weapon wise. So it would have been nice that, okay, Will's out, but we get Preston back. That would have been that would have been good. So, but that is your injury report for week 2. That is your final injury report. So it's going to be interesting to see if Preston even plays. I mean, he's going to obviously be on a snap count. So I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see if Preston even plays, and then if he does, to what capacity will Preston Williams be playing? So we'll see how that goes. Now, as we look up at how these teams kind of stack up a little bit statistically, so the Miami Dolphins, and this is only after a 1-game sample size. They're 276 yards last week. We currently have them ranked at 30th in yards per game. The passing yards are 28th, and the rushing yards 74, tied for 25th. The points per game, obviously 17, not going to be good enough this week. Was up there at 24. And then the third down percentage, their conversion rate, I believe they're 4 for 11 last week. So they're at 36.4, which is 19th in the NFL. The Buffalo Bills, they put up 387 yards last week in a losing effort, 254 yards through the air. Look at the jump. I mean, a matter of 70 yards is the difference between 28th and 18th. They rushed the ball a little bit better than us last week too, and actually had some calls against them that brought back some rushes from Allen and such that could have had that inflated even more. So they rushed for 117 yards last week, 14th best in the NFL. Points per game, they only averaged 16 because obviously we know the Steelers gave them a fit. Defensively, though, they only allowed 263 yards against the Steelers last week. We allowed 406 against the Patriots. They only allowed 177 passing yards. We allowed 268. They allowed 75 yards on the ground, and we allowed 125. What's scary about this is they allowed 75 yards on the ground. We ran for 77 last week, so 74 last week. They allowed 177 passing yards. We gained 185 last week. So, and then obviously points per game, they allowed 23. We only allowed 16, which is what they scored last week. And then the third down conversion percentage, we're 31st in the NFL right now because they were killing us on third down last week. The Patriots were in constant third and short. So that's we allowed a 68.8% completion. They allowed a third of the third downs against them by the Steelers to get converted last week. So when you look over this, obviously this is only a 1-game sample size, but we'll be doing this every week, comparing offensively and defensively how teams stack up. And it's just always scary when you see similarities in terms of what a team allowed to what a team's averaging. But again, that was only 1 week, and I will say with the utmost confidence that not only is the New England defense more talented than Buffalo's, it's better coached, and the Buffalo defense is still coached pretty well. All right, now simply let's start getting into the keys for victory for the Miami Dolphins this weekend and how I think they can go ahead and defeat the Buffalo Bills. Let's start off with the defensive keys to victory. So defensively, it's easy for me, create and sustain an effective pass rush. Now, last week, the Pittsburgh Steelers generated pressure, I believe, on 41% of Josh Allen's dropbacks. Now, what's crazy too is, there was 62 pass blocking reps that the Buffalo offensive line had to pass block for last week. They allowed pressure on 24 of those 62 snaps. They allowed 17 hurries, 6 hits, and 1 sack. Dion Dawkins was an absolute nightmare last week. What the Steelers did was they generated pressure off a three or four man pass rush and drop guys back into coverage. And because of the threat of TJ Watt, the Buffalo Bills were doing this little semi 4-man slide where they were sliding towards TJ Watt's side. And for the most part, they were leaving Dion Dawkins out on an island. And Dion Dawkins, he allowed 3 hurries and 2 hits. He really struggled. Now, the difference between us right now is, yes, we have talented pass rushers, but we don't have anyone that's feared or is respected as TJ Watt. So they're not going to slide protection to Ogba. They're not going to totally go over there and just focus on trying to shut down one of our pass rushers. But this is a game where Jalen Phillips, you're going to have to step up. Jalen Phillips is going to need to step up from the rip. You could, by the end of it, you could, have them fearing Phillips and sliding protection that way. But at the beginning of the game, you're not going to have that. So Jalen Phillips is just not where TJ Watt's at right now. So it's going to be about it's going to be about creating and sustaining an effective pass rush. And you got to do it without selling out, because another interesting fact is the Pittsburgh Steelers only blitzed on 12.5% of their defensive snaps against the Buffalo Bills on Sunday. So I think last time they met them, they blitzed them like 53, 54%. They dropped it all the way down to 12.5%, and they just generated that pass rush off 3 or 4 men. So it's going to be key that we create and sustain an effective pass rush without having to continuously use exotic blitzes. And we can drop more bodies back into coverage. Number 2 is contain Josh Allen. Now, whether this means you want to put a spy on him, whatever the case may be, you have to keep him confined to the pocket. I don't need him getting out of the pocket, continuously improvising against the Miami Dolphins defense. It killed us last year when he did it. Now, I know containing to the pocket because of his arm and his development, he can still kill you. But I think we can all be happy that we'd be fine with walking away with a L if Josh Allen is forced to be into a pocket. Instead of running around making us look foolish and just creating off-script plays. That's more frustrating. So set the edges, contain them to the pocket, set the edges in the run game, get good pressure, penetrate the pocket, win your battles, especially against the tackles, to kind of flush them up the middle and win up the middle, and you can keep them contained. So, or even hold your blocks, or even hold the blockers at the line of scrimmage, and you'll keep them contained. So, contain Josh Allen. We do not need him running around like a chicken with his head cut off against us. So, and then redirect and frustrate Josh Allen's weaponry. So, what I mean by this is, Diggs, redirect him out of his routes. If you're gonna play press man, jam him at the lines, jam him hard, be physical. Don't let them get into their routes right away and start stemming. And if you can, redirect them, send them another way. Just frustrate the receivers. And on top of this, if you can shut down the run and frustrate the running backs, frustrate his weaponry, make it a long day, mirror them well, redirect them, and just do your job. Don't give any cushion here. Be physical. Make them fear releasing off the line of scrimmage. All right? So, those are the keys that I have, but I think it all starts with that pass rush. Because you can make him feel uncomfortable right away. And if you can make Josh Allen feel uncomfortable, that may make him panic and help you contain him even further to the pocket. And I mean, you saw last week, if you watch the Steelers game, he got a little uncomfortable and he wasn't even setting his feet properly. His mechanics weren't. He was overthrowing receivers, so that can add to frustrating his weaponry. So let's be physical and tough, even with the receivers. All right, now the offensive keys to victory that I have for the Miami Dolphins. Pick apart the zone coverage. This is predominantly a zone team. And there's going to be soft spots, and with or without Will Fuller, there's still a lot of speed on this team. They're gonna find the soft areas in the zone. You also have a lot of experienced veterans here. They're gonna find the soft areas of the zone, whether it's them IDing and recognizing where it is and just sitting there, or whether it's them being fast enough, like a guy like Waddle, that they get to the soft spot real quick, just because of the speed they have. So you're not gonna have the smothering, in your face press man coverage that we had last week against the New England Patriots. And once you get past Tre'Davious White, once you get into the Levi Wallaces and such, they are not very deep and they are not very good at the corner position. Now, between Micah Hyde and Jordan Poyer, they have some good safeties, but I still think you can eat. I really still think you can eat. I wouldn't sit here and call Matt Milano and Tremaine Edmonds the best coverage guys in the world. So I think you're going to be able to eat over the middle. I think you're going to be able to find the soft spots. Just, line's going to have to hold up so those routes can develop, find the soft spots, and make the plays. Expose their average run defense. Yeah, their run defense is not very good. Like, I know they only allowed 74 yards last week, but the context of that stat is go look at the effort the Pittsburgh Steelers made in terms of actually sticking with the run. I don't, last year, if you remember, Saul McKinley dominated at Oliver. You know, I don't think Gregory Rousseau, AJ Epinesa, or even Boogie Basham are at a stage in their career where they should be formidable against the run. I don't see that by any stretch of the imagination. But you look at what the Steelers did last week. Um, you know, they they only ran the ball 21 times. They averaged 3.6 yards per carry as well, and they only gave Najee Harris 16 carries. So be committed to the run. I think you can work the run defense a little bit. I really do. So, you know, they don't have anyone in their run defense that really fears me, like strikes fear in my heart, like a Dante Hightower did last week and such. So, expose their average run defense, establish the run. And then number 3 key is play call to his strengths. Now, what I mean by this is if up tempo and RPOs are working, continue with it once you get off script. If you discover something that's working for this offense and for your quarterback when you're running the scripted plays, stick with that recipe. It does not have to be the same play calls, but the fundamental philosophy of how you're calling plays should not change. If up tempo and RPO starts working, stick with it. Go. No huddle it. Go to the line. Catch defenders substituting like you did last week against the New England Patriots. I'm just saying, play call to his strengths. That's how you're going to find success. Right? The RPO in zone, we should be able to kill them. So let's get it done, man. Let's get the play calling needs to be stronger than it was last week. And I had someone, an evaluator I trust a lot, hit me up and basically said, this offense looks easily predictable again. So, just Tua's strength is making quick decisions. Put him in a position to make quick decisions. Play call to his strengths. This offense is supposed to be built around the quarterback. Build it around the quarterback. It's not difficult. It's not a crazy concept. All right. And then my matchup to watch for this week, I'm kind of going a little bit of star power here. Usually I do units and stuff like that. Josh Allen versus Tua Tagovailoa. That's my matchup to watch this week. I'll give you my exact reasons. When you look at Josh Allen is now coming in after a week where there's a chip on his shoulder. He, I'm sure of it, is not happy with how he performed last week. And for a team that has all these expectations, these guys have legitimate Super Bowl expectations when you talk about the media and in that organization, I'm sure, but I know for the media for a fact, Josh Allen is going to want to be better than last week. Josh Allen and that offense is going to have a little bit of a chip on their shoulder. Also, on the flip side of the Josh Allen thing is, can Brian Flores finally figure him out? For as defensive of a genius as we can all agree he is, he has yet to figure out Josh Allen. So, are you going to get the pressure? Are you going to confuse him with your looks, with your disguises? What are you going to do? What monkey wrench are you going to throw? What wrinkle are you going to throw that Josh Allen hasn't seen or he might not be prepared for? So, to me, Josh Allen on the Buffalo Bills against Tua Tagovailoa. Now, Tua Tagovailoa's side of this is Tua's chance to put a lot to bed. In zone, he can throw for 250, 300. All right. Also, on top of that, if Tua Tagovailoa can go out and he can beat Josh Allen while having a really good game, people's heads are going to turn. So, this is your chance to this game is being, and it's the home opener. It's kind of getting put on a silver platter right here. If Tua comes out, Tua looks like the guy we all know he can be, and he can put a lot to rest. We've talked about how a lot of this Watson nonsense and all this stuff is that narrative is in Tua's hands to kill. Well, no better way to kill that than by going out and beating Josh Allen. If you can outplay Josh Allen, Jesus Lord, please. But if you can beat Josh Allen, start there. If you can beat Josh Allen and the Bills while having a really good game yourself, you're going to kill a lot of these narratives. So this is your chance, Tua. I showed the numbers. I showed the all 22. I showed that what he did last week wasn't as bad as what people are trying to make it out to be against the New England Patriots. Well, this defense isn't as talented. It isn't as well coached. So you're going to have a little bit more leeway than you had last week. Beat Josh Allen, beat the Buffalo Bills, have a good game yourself, and we could be talking about a whole different thing. Man, we got 305 represent in the room right now. Smash that like button. But Tua Tagovailoa, Josh Allen is the matchup to watch. Can we contain one while the other flourishes? It's going to be interesting to see, and nothing like a good old quarterback versus quarterback matchup. Takes us, especially with the Bills. I mean, we didn't do this during the Fiedler and Rob Johnson era. You'd have to go back to Kelly and Marino to get something like this. So hopefully Tua gets that W, shows up and shows out like we all know we can, because it's about time. It's Tua time. I'm ready to see it. I know y'all are ready to see it. Let's just I need to see Tua Tagovailoa's. We got away by the hair on our chinny chin last week. Now Tua, I need to see the Tuscaloosa Tua enter the Hard Rock Stadium this weekend, and I need to see Tua have his best professional game. I need him to at least be on the level he was with the Arizona Cardinals last year. Remember, it's only his 11th start, so he hasn't even started technically a full season. So, but yeah. So guys, there's my preview for this Sunday coming up. I'm gonna open it up to you guys for a little bit, bring y'all up here, get your thoughts on everything, see what you guys are thinking. I know the question, the talking point is going to be definitely Will Fuller. So let's open it up to you guys. I'm only going to open it up for about 40 minutes. So let's see what's on your guys' mind. So, yeah, I mean, back to Will Fuller. I mean, hey, whatever happens, and we just got to respect whatever happens, especially if it comes down to a decision he makes. Got to respect his decision, and you got to respect what's on his mind, and you got to respect what he's going through, man. I mean, this could be as simple as he just isn't in love with the game anymore. I don't know. He looked pretty excited a couple nights ago when he was on Wednesday when they were interviewing him. So we'll see how it works out. All right. I got some of y'all piling up back there. Cash, what's going on, dude?
Yo, what's going on, brother?
How you doing, buddy?
Yeah, I'm just hanging in, man. Ready for Sunday.
Nice. Chris, what's going on, buddy?
Hey, Reason. Man, shocker, man. Shocker.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy, bro. I didn't think we'd be talking about this.
Yeah, and I think I think Merritt's going to be called up too, and I think that they're going to, with Wilson playing on the boundary during camp, I think that Wilson's going to be the one taking over that spot, and Grant may get his reps, but he's not getting the Will Fuller spot. That's for sure.
Florida Boren, what's going on, buddy?
What's up, brother?
How you doing?
Well, a little disheartened after hearing this Fuller news. I just wish I knew what was going on. You know, all this rumors surrounding it. I just really hope it ain't his mother. But what you said made complete sense. You know, if his mom, if his mom was sick, yes, if he can't go to the hospital, but he would be with his family.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah,
he would be at least around his family.
Yeah, I agree. Tyler, what's going on?
Nothing much. Chilling. Will Fuller news. At this point, it's like, what else is? If it's not injury, it's something else. So hopefully everything is. What's that noise?
That's Florida born, Kentucky grown, going through his popcorn bag. What's going on? What's going on, Wayne? What's going on, Wayne D? What's up?
What's good, Reason? What's everybody?
Man who wears the shortest shorts of them all, Logan. What's going on?
What's up? What's up? Sorry, I'm eating right now, so you know.
Oh, no worries.
Yo.
What's up, Dylan?
Chilling, man. Chilling.
What's going on, Dylan?
Yeah, I don't know, man.
I'm not really concerned with the Will Fuller thing, man. To be honest with you, like I ain't see him play for us anyway. You know,
yeah,
we already played a game without him.
It ain't about that, though. It ain't about that. It's about that he was. Look, for me, it's super simple. There's a personal side to it, and that's the family stuff or whatever it is, right? And wishes to him and hope him the best, and he's got to decide what he's got to do. But from the football side of it, it sucks, bro, because he was expected to be a prominent piece in this offense all year long. I mean, we were having the discussion of who's going to have a chance to get 1,000 yards. And he was like almost the consensus pick aside from Waddle, right? Like, so it's disappointing.
Is it a family thing, though? Because I'm starting to think maybe it's a legal situation because... Is it a legal situation? Like, because like you said, Reason, like he might not... If it's family, he should be, once the family thing is cleared up, he should be able to play at some point. But you're saying he might not even play a down this year because of whatever he got going on.
Well, that's why Preston Williams is more disappointing to me. Preston Williams being downgraded is more disappointing to me.
It ain't disappointing to me and ain't even shocking to me about Preston Williams.
Kind of normal.
Well, I mean,
you guys saw how
Fuller not playing is kind of normal too.
You guys saw how they
Well, what are you saying, Z-Man? Go ahead,
it's now
Z-Man.
a knee and a foot. That's pretty crazy. I don't know what's going on with Preston.
Man,
he can't stay healthy. Like it's
fucking
like
Humpty Dumpty, bro.
I mean, bro, we're in week 2 though. We're in week 2 though, and now we've lost Fuller. Preston might not play again.
In all fairness, we never had him. We never had
Right,
him.
right.
We never had him
You understand
here.
what President Williams remind me of? He reminds me of that car you get that you want to hook up, right? You know what I'm saying? You get the car, you put the rims on it, you know, you put the system on it, and then you take it out, and then the transmission goes.
I mean, it literally,
You know what I'm saying? Then you got to put it back in the garage, and you fix that. Then you take it back out, and then the AC goes out, and then you got
I
to
mean,
put it back in the. I'm like, oh
it
man.
really feels like Miami gave Will Fuller $10 million for nothing.
Well, that's going to be my question. If he
No, we do that all the
retires,
time.
if he retires, what happens with the money? And how
He
long?
has to pay the money
You got to
back.
pay back the signing bonus. Yeah, at least that, right? Right, Reason?
So,
Yeah,
Signing bonus, at
so
least.
my question is, would we have it back in enough time to, invest it into the O-line?
They should
A
have did
nice
that
linebacker?
every
There's
time
no
we
one to
Yeah,
invest it in,
according to
right?
the league,
There's no one to invest it in right now.
every time we talk about the offensive line, I just get pissed
Slim-
off because
slim
it's like, and the thing is, like, it's like, based on the R22, it's like when they coming from the side, Tua can maneuver that. They're coming up easily, like they're coming through easily from up the middle.
Yeah.
It's like they're letting them like a bunch of ballet boys. Like, here you go.
Like you saw that throw where Waddle went to the sideline on the dig route, and then he tried to whip it back, and Tua almost threw the interception. That was, like if you go watch that and you slow mo it, Tua was gonna make the throw when he started to come over the middle because he got inside leverage. Was come over the middle. He goes to make the throw, and all the pressure comes in his face up the middle.
It was like when I watched the R22, it was a lot of throws that Tua was going to make, but as soon as, especially on third down situations, every time he got ready to make a throw, here come pressure.
Yeah, it was so much
pocket.
garbage around him. It was too much garbage around him. Yeah.
Yeah, but this is what I've been warning everyone about for like the last 8 months. That this is exactly what's about to happen.
And then people were trying to get on Tua about it, but it's like, dude, the fact that he even was able to get 202 yards, the fact that he was like
and a touchdown running in.
two touchdowns. Yeah, he threw the interception, but it's so I feel like had he not got hit, it would have ran out of bounds. But he got freaking
How was
smashed.
that not roughing the passer?
He did the best he could, man. He did the best he could with the cards that he was dealt at the end of the day, right? Like, and that's the thing.
Then for him, and this should be a sign of improvement to everybody. Now that he knows the playbook, the fact that the coaches are trusting him to make his own calls.
Did you hear what he said about in the fourth quarter about how he checked out?
Yeah,
he was checking out a play.
Like as soon as he saw that run, as soon as he heard it was a run play, he said, "Oh no, we ain't doing this bullshit again.
Yeah.
He said, we ain't been do this. Yeah, we passing it. Like
it would be so nice to get
essentially he won the game for us on that audible.
Yeah. Well, him and that
him and
turnover from
Xavier,
X.
and Xavier,
They
He's
were the game. They were the game.
If Tua knew Tua basically knew yeah, we got the turnover, but there's no way we can give them the ball back because y'all not gonna stop it. They almost scored.
Yeah.
Before the fumble, they was marching right down the field.
They were going to put points on the board anyway. Either they were going to score the touchdown or kick the field goal, and either way they were going to take the lead.
And it was too much. And it was too much. It was too much time on the clock. It was 3 minutes left.
My issue with the defense was I kept getting in the backfield, but they couldn't wrap up the tackle and get them behind the line.
Still can't
it took them 5 yards dragging them.
Still can't tackle.
They kept trying to strip the ball.
Well,
I mean,
look, 4 of them. They forced 4 of them, so
obviously Flores knew okay, let them dink and dunk. They're not going to get it. And if it wasn't for that roughing the pass call, they wouldn't have gotten the end zone at all.
No, they wouldn't.
So obviously his plan works. Now, when they face each other again, I don't think he'll be able to do that again. They're probably going to try to push the ball downfield. This is, what I'm saying. I expect Mac Jones to do it. I expect Mac Jones to do that next time they face off.
Yeah, I really hope pretty much we don't have no TJ Watt, but I hope we have a spitting image kind of game plan.
Phillips gonna get
don't
there,
really
though.
want to see too much blitzing. You know what I mean? Because I don't want to see.
The scary thing is, when was the last time this Dolphins team ever consistently generated a pass rush with only 3 or 4?
Jason Taylor.
Well,
not for a
don't even
while.
think about that. Play just play for coverage.
Yeah. Well, and I don't
mix it up.
remember who it was, but somebody put out an article recently that I just read like the other day that so far in Josh Allen's time in Buffalo, when we have blitzed him, he's actually been quite successful against it. So, like, yeah, it's not gonna be a situation where we can rely on that. And
An athletic quarterback.
That's why I said the Steelers last year when they faced him, they blitzed them 54% of the time. This weekend they only blitzed them 12.5%.
I mean, what I'm looking for in this game is really I'm gonna be watching how the two co-offensive coordinators call plays during the flow of the game. Yeah, you can do scripted plays, and we all know that when Tua knows what he's going to do, he can do it with no problem. He did against the Patriots.
You know what killed Dabble last week? What killed Dabble last week was the protection he was calling. If he wasn't calling the 4-man partial slide and leaving Dawkins on an island by his own, and Ingram killed Dawkins last weekend. If he didn't do that, then they probably would have been better off. But it's because they respected TJ Watt so much, they were shifting. They were shifting toward him.
I just need to see how they'll call plays during the flow of the game, and I'm also if they watch film, like I'm sure they did, they would put that slant play in a little bit more in this game.
I'm just tired of Josh Allen owning us. I had seen a stat. Something like 25% of Josh Allen's career yards have been against the Dolphins.
It's touchdowns. It's his touchdowns. It's 25% of his touchdowns comes against us.
Isn't he 5-0 against us?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, he's. I thought we were.
He's 5-1.
He's 5-1.
Yeah, he's
5-1.
5-1. I thought we were 1-6.
Still terrible.
I mean, what we need to. I mean, and I also need to see the. I
think it was a rookie year.
I also need to see their run defense. I need that run defense to improve too.
It's the problem.
It's a lot of things that I want to see improve. Like when we have when it's first and 10 or 2nd and 10, don't drop a damn critical pass.
Right.
That pisses me off so much.
Offensive coaching, if plays are working, if something's going good, don't stop.
Keep doing it.
Stick with it.
Yeah. Keep
like
going.
They could have killed the Patriots with that slant play. They only, you know how many touchdowns we could have got off that?
Just keep throwing it, man.
We're 1-5 against him.
1-5, yeah. We're 1-5.
We're gonna be 2-5 starting for Sunday.
He has a career passer rating of 114.3. 1,552 yards, 17 touchdowns, and 4 interceptions. In his
and that's why I hope. That's why I really.
What are his rushing
really
stats
hope.
though? Too. What are his rushing stats?
And that's what playing this man-to-man heavy defense is really, because every time you get the cornerback or the running, the linebacker with their back turned, right, chasing their dude, this is when he takes off or extends a play.
Let's keep it real. There's gonna be those opportunities. I mean, especially because we don't have
That's the problem with man is you turn your back.
Yeah,
that's why you want to play.
Not heavy in that.
That's why you want to play zone.
I wanted Buffalo go put Levi Wallace on Jalen. Bam on Bam.
Oh, bro, dude, their corners are shit. Like once you get past Davis White, their corners are shit. Now their safeties are damn good. But their corners are not that good.
Wait, so you think it's probably gonna be like a lot of like underneath, like because
I would go.
I wouldn't be surprised if that. I
want water crossers all day. I want to dig them just like they did us last year.
Slot and opposite side of where Tre'Davious White is.
Because I was like, I wouldn't be surprised if their safeties are good. I wouldn't be surprised if they don't let Tua throw deep all game.
And hit our running backs.
Yeah.
And throw to your running backs out of the backfield. That works a lot too.
Yes.
Gaskin, I trust.
Yeah, we get Preston back. That'd be a nice big body extra edge with Parker. I can open up a little bit more. If he's like 75, 80%, maybe. You know what I'm saying? That's still good. Yeah, with Preston.
Oh, you're gonna get hurt then. You're gonna blow on him and he's gonna be out for the year.
Yeah, bro.
So do you think they'll call up Kirk Merritt then, Reason? And Preston can play.
I have no idea who they're calling.
They're gonna have to at some point.
We're gonna have to change his name from.
I saw someone in the chat say you can't put a player on IR for personal reasons. So basically saying that we would have to. Let me see if I can find it. It's in the chat. They said it's one of my members. Ernesto Gonzalez said it. Let me see if I can find it. He said, I almost put it up, but then I just forgot about it. Okay, here you go. He said Barry Jackson. Barry Jackson is reporting NFL says tonight, speaking in general, that there's no mechanism such as a reserve list to temporarily stash players who miss time due to personal reasons. So that means the Dolphins will move forward with 52 active players on their 53 for now.
So he's just using up a spot.
Free money.
I hope he's all right, man, but he better get some act right if it's not a serious.
You know who they weren't going to call up, though, is Noah.
Stay on
that.
Look.
Stay on that,
bro.
If you say
Noah's
there, but
Noah's folding the quarterback game towels right now.
Yeah, he ain't gonna be accurate, man. He's gonna be
I don't even know if he's holding them. I'm thinking he's the one who washed them.
You know who I wish that one starting was Jesse Davis. I want him out of there.
Yeah, they got
Hey,
they got a block on the right.
Yeah, look, he's a problem if he's your starter, right? If he's your backup, which he is, so he's a problem, but if he's your backup coming in, maybe for a game or two or, something like that, perfect.
Yeah, but Omar Kelly, and it's so funny. It's so funny to see Omar Kelly still cheerleading for this man.
Right,
bro.
We love him.
I get why though. Look, I get why because again, I do because out of all of the linemen that we have, he's the most consistent, reliable, right?
The most reliable, yeah. On his ass. The most
that's what I've been screaming since the beginning of this season, bro.
Well,
we're rolling
all
with
I
Jesse
can say
Davis as our starting right tackle.
That's how you know we have a problem. That's how you know we got a problem.
I mean,
they want to give Austin Jackson his damn,
I don't even know what to say, bro.
Spot back. No, give it to somebody else.
If anything, put Liam on the right side and then let Austin be on the left.
Well, look, all that's a moot point. All right, because the game's in 2 days.
Unfortunately.
2 whole
plan.
I know, can we wait? Can we push it back a week?
No, I want to see this game now.
I'm just kidding. But it's
I gotta see. I just need to see what this offense does.
Look, either way,
headaches going in, man.
Either way, we gonna win. So,
did you give your prediction, or did I miss that?
Yeah,
I've not given my prediction yet.
Okay. Reason. Well, you kind of did before the season started. You had us taking the L.
Well, yeah. We don't know its score and
score
stuff
prediction.
I think you got different thoughts now. What you thinking, Reason?
Shit, you probably still got us taking the L. You still got us taking the L.
See, what happened was,
I can't lie. I don't have us winning either.
I'll be honest. I had us taking the L, and then I heard that Solo D song. And I'm like, man, maybe we gonna win.
But here's the thing: I listen to 5 Reasons Sports. They said they was talking to media and the Bills Mafia media, and they say they low key scared for real because of the wide receivers.
What? They better be.
I have us losing 31-27. I said it on the finish line that came out today and Fin Too Deep that came out today. So
I had it.
Some people already knew what was going on.
I had it 27-17 Dolphins.
Oh, whoa! Okay.
I hope so, bro. I hope so. I'm actually similar to you, except I have a little bit larger margin. It's a 35-27 Bills. But spoiler from my.
I
Yeah,
think what's gonna.
I
I
don't think
think
they're going
what's.
to be able. I don't think they're going to be able to consistently, like, the difference is
Score or stop.
we don't have anyone that they respect like TJ Watt. So I
Right.
don't. Unless we blitz, I don't know how we're going to consistently.
I think the
It's Phillips
only.
time. It's
I think
Phillips
what's gonna
time.
help. I think what's gonna help
Red
the
comment.
what's gonna help the Bills win is
56-23.
I don't think they're gonna be able to contain Josh Allen.
No. Yeah, well, he's gonna. That's one of the
That's
X
what
factors
it
of the
comes
game
down
for
to.
sure. Yeah.
I
Right.
think
24-17.
Because
That
we don't
pass,
have a
Jalen
TJ Watt.
Phillips
We
is gonna do a
don't have a
lot
TJ
better.
Watt. Yeah.
their pass rush is too inconsistent. That's what's
Right.
You got
gonna.
to
That's
get.
what's
You know
gonna.
what you got. You know you got to get Jalen Phillips in one on
On the
one.
field.
Yes.
I
On
need
the
him in
field.
one on ones. He
More
was
than
on the field.
27
He was-
snaps.
Well, he was actually impactful on those 27 snaps. It's just he was being double
More.
teamed.
More.
Yeah,
You
he
saw
did
his
pretty
like
well.
get off per snap. It was like 0.7.
And the only way,
Like
and the
top
only
Yeah,
way
yeah, I read
we'll,
that article.
and the only way we'll be able to win is if we keep their offense off the field. But with this damn offensive line, I don't know how possible that's gonna freaking
We
be.
have
Yeah,
to
And
protect the
listen,
that's the
RPO.
thing.
I don't take that lightly when Bill Belichick said what he said about Jalen Phillips, man. That's a big deal to me, man. A guy
Yeah,
like Bill
but
Belichick
he's
praising
got to,
Jalen Phillips.
but he's got to put it together, and we're hoping that he can do it this week, right? Like he's a rookie and stuff. So I get it, man. It's the dude's potential's off the charts.
I just got to
but
say this. Hold on. Bro, I don't know who the fuck you are,
yeah,
but that is such an idiotic thing to say just because you think I'm going to pick them to go 17-0, you idiot? Just
Oh.
for being that dumb.
yeah.
For being
Wow.
that dumb, you are sent into the
dingle.
unknown. You are
This is an
blocked and you are
objective
PL.
channel.
That's the thing, though, because that's
Like
that's
of
super
course,
black and
here's the
white
thing.
kind
Of
of
course,
shit.
we all want Miami Dolphins to win every game, but at the same time, we have to be realistic
You
and
gotta be
see
realist.
and look
It's
at
gonna
the
be tough.
product and look at the product on the field. It's not perfect.
And Reason clearly had us taking the L on this one.
And that's not. It's just not how the
Was
world
it really
works.
that unrealistic? Like,
Yeah. So look. I don't know if people know this, but
People are gonna hate my score prediction.
yeah, I don't know if people know this, but there was only one team ever that actually had a fully undefeated season. Oh wait,
Yeah.
that happened to be the 1972 Dolphins. So
Hey,
look, it doesn't happen, bro. Like it
Right.
just doesn't happen. You're not gonna win
Kansas City's not gonna
every
do it.
single
Yeah.
game. Like
They
so,
got
yeah.
KC going 20-0. I'm like, man,
I mean,
look,
bro,
man.
you must live inside your Homer hat at that point. Like,
well,
get
bro,
it
I
right,
had
bro.
last offseason when I did the round table with Doug Lee and all those guys. You go back and watch it, and you can see the live chat when I called Josh Allen's leap, and I called Stephon Diggs' big year last year, and I was getting the same. So I was getting, oh, you're a Bills fan. Blah, blah, blah. I'm like, you guys are idiots, bro.
Yeah, that's
I
so
have
dumb.
us losing.
Eaties.
I have us losing 38-24, man.
Dude, I hate the Bills.
okay.
There's no team I hate
can't
more than the
I
Bills,
don't.
man.
That's
I-
not
I
a
hate
crazy
it,
bro.
thing. It's the
I
Bills.
thought
That's what I
Like,
think,
let's
man.
be real.
No,
I
here's the
hate
thing. I have a close. It's gonna be a close game. I don't think it's gonna be no damn 38-24 like you just said.
I
But
don't know.
If we win, it's gonna be an upset.
I hope that
24-17.
I'm so wrong, but
That'd be the
like
upset.
I can see him. I can see
Look,
him putting
I
5
got the
touchdowns on
Dolphins.
us. They like Josh Allen's Josh Allen against us. I don't know what else to
Because
say.
but here's
about
the
it.
thing. But here's the thing.
yeah, go,
Was
go. I
Josh
wanna
was
hear your
Josh was Josh Allen against the Steelers last year?
He's never
Hell
good
no.
against the Steelers. He's played the Steelers 3 times, and
they have an
he's
elite
always
defense.
been terrible.
They got
They
a
have an elite
D-line.
defense
Won
on all
twice.
3 levels.
He's always been terrible against the Steelers. Always.
Yeah.
I mean, because
have it on all 3 levels.
Facts on that, Dylan. Facts
Because
on
the
that.
Steelers ain't even a good
They
team.
absolutely do.
Second level is shit.
Facts, Dylan.
Their
I hope we win.
safety's
I really
legit,
do.
and their
Steelers
linebackers are legit.
I mean, look,
Bro,
they
I
were the number,
don't know
they
if
were
you
the
saw
number
that
3
play
defense.
though, but Josh Allen broke Minka's ankles on the weekend, and it got called back.
Did
Like
he?
he
No, I'm-
broke his ankles, and then it got called back on a
But see,
hold.
that's the thing.
I
Josh
did
Allen
see
is a
that play.
monster, though. Like, that's the point, right? But no, the Steelers definitely have an elite defense on all 3 levels. I
Yeah.
mean, to me, that's without question. They were the number 3 defense in the league last year. They were number
Year in,
1 in
year out.
interceptions with 18, and but they're a Mike Tomlin, led
Yeah.
defense.
I don't even
so-
gotta touch. I don't even gotta touch TJ Watt. Devin Bush is better than anything we have on the second level.
Yeah.
Man,
elite
Remember when they
from
had
top to
Shazier?
bottom.
Remember Shazier?
Yeah. That team is hey man, remember when we got my boy Joey Porter?
Yeah.
Oh
Like
yeah.
I wish Lawrence Timmons played because he was really good and he
I wish
could
would
have
have
worked
got
out for him.
Porter
Timmons,
maybe
bro.
2 years
But
earlier.
my point is they churn out linebackers over
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
in
yeah.
Pittsburgh, man.
That's a linebacker factory.
Yeah,
We
man.
need Jalen Phillips to turn into JT like tomorrow. Speed that process up. You feel me? And him and Ogba just
We need
go
him.
on the rampage.
What I really
We
hate
need
is
him.
we ain't got Raekwon, man. This was a game we really needed Raekwon.
Yeah, he
That's
would
a
have
big
put that
loss
pressure
too.
with the pass.
Stat Siler. Gotta believe in him.
Honestly,
Mr.
thank God we don't
Yeah,
have.
I do.
Honestly,
Yeah,
thank
but
God we don't have Fitz to turn the ball over. That's all I gotta
Oh
say.
yeah.
Ooh, praise the Lord.
I know, right?
I think in this, I think in this
Everyone
game,
wants to talk shit about Tua against the Patriots, forgetting that
Fitz
last year
couldn't
when
do
we
shit.
lost, Fitz was
Yeah.
191 yards, 1 touchdown, 3 interceptions. But no one wants to talk about that.
I don't know why
What
people
was
make it a
about
big
that?
deal. I
Against
don't know why people
narrative.
make it a big deal
All
about
don't
that.
And that was a lesser talented
Yes.
defense.
And I know
okay?
and I know we touched on it, but what is the irony, right? For Pitts to go out with the hip injury like that. What's the irony?
Oh, it's true.
Oh,
That's
man.
that's karma for trying to do my quarterback dirty and only being in business for
Yeah.
I really think it's
I
just
think
me.
everybody was thinking that. I think everybody was thinking that. Yeah.
I really think it's just media narratives at this point. Tua did not play bad against the Patriots at
No,
all.
he didn't.
Nah, he
And
did.
neither
He
did Mac
did.
Jones when Mac Jones had the better
He was one of the
O-line.
shining. He was one of the shining stars or silver linings, whatever. Like there
He
weren't a
looked
lot
good.
either.
Look,
he
he
was one of
looked
the
good.
touchdown.
Mac
He
Jones,
got us out of the
Mac
end.
Jones is going to be a problem in our division, but I think we got the better quarterback.
Look, he looked more comfortable than he ever looked last year.
I just
it's like,
Seems like-
what Patriots team? When does Bill Belichick not make a quarterback look pedestrian?
Reason. This is what I think. If Tua was drafted to the Patriots, nobody would be hating on them as much as they hate on the Dolphins.
And
I
look,
think that's
Well, here's
And
the
look,
thing too.
we already got to win a record.
Going
We
off
already
what
got to win a record.
kind of going off what Tyler said there. Okay, name a quarterback, the last quarterback that threw for 300 yards against the New England Patriots. Okay, on top of that, like this guy, if you actually go his performance in terms of passing the ball last year against them to this year, he looked way better. And what should give people hope this week is he's not against smothering man press now. Now it's going to be zone. They're going to sit back. If you get some protection, you should be able to carve them up. Like
Bill actually respected Tua's deep ball because he didn't let him throw deep all game.
All game, yeah.
Tua, even though Tua knew that, he was like, I'm still gonna chuck this bitch downfield.
Here's my thing with the media. What I don't understand, did they forget that Mac Jones was Tua understudy for a reason?
Oh, he know that they don't care about that. They don't care.
None of that. They don't want to hear that narrative. They don't want to hear facts.
Injury. People forget what Tua was when he was in college. Reasons has put it out multiple times. The most prolific quarterback in college history. This is before
I just don't want us to misunderstand that Mac looked good. Mac is coming. Mac is in our division.
Good.
You know, so
Zach
Zach Wilson, yeah, just get ready to say that. Just get ready to roll off.
It's the situation.
I can't sit here and say that, okay? Listen,
no?
Trevor Lawrence threw 3 interceptions. But you know what Trevor Lawrence was doing? Taking shots down the field. Trevor Lawrence was actually testing the defense through the air. Mac Jones wasn't testing shit. Mac Jones was like,
this is my pushback.
Tua got ripped on for dinking and dunking last year. Mac Jones goes out and does dude, I literally showed you guys. Go back to night 1, the week 1 review show. I literally brought up the passing chart. He had 29 completions out of 39. 26 of those completions came from 9 yards up to the line of scrimmage. Okay, like he wasn't even testing the intermediate level.
Get that reason.
That's
Look,
tough.
totally get that. Totally get that. But was Mac Jones operating that offense like how it's supposed to be operated? Yes, he was.
Because he had a great
I'm not
O-line.
saying
Look at the
I'm not the
difference,
one.
man.
I'm not the one
And
hating on
that's
Tua
fair.
for operating the offense how we wanted him to operate
Well, I
the
mean,
offense
I could
last
have
season.
operated the offense with the offensive line he had and the running game he was getting.
Well,
not to mention the fact that we
all I
purposely
can
gave them soft zone all
It's soft zone,
day.
but not only that, go look at
He
the play
didn't wet the
designs.
bed. That's all I can say. He didn't wet the bed.
Yeah, because McDaniels and Belichick set him up for success. If you go watch the play calls, they always had 1, 2, 3 underneath routes to outlet to. So they always had safety valves underneath for him, no problem. And they usually didn't just have one; they would have about 2 or 3 of them. So if they front you, there's someone there underneath.
And no one is saying Mac having all those things at his disposal is a bad thing. Every quarterback, literally every quarterback wants the best to be able to see. They want to get offensive line. They want playmakers. They want to run a game. Some quarterbacks, unfortunately, don't have that. Tua is one of the ones that unfortunately don't have that. And for that, he's getting ripped on. Like Louis DeGuan said, people want him to improvise when shit break down, all that stuff. In order for him to do that, the people in front of him have to give him time to do that.
Talk about it.
I mean, the context is what's important, and I think the ripping on Tua is obviously super unfair. But it is true also that within the context that Mac Jones had to operate, he did look pretty good.
But I don't think
nobody said he didn't.
No one's saying he didn't. But what I'm saying is when you take it we're talking about context. When you take it the context of his game, if he wouldn't have been able to do what he did if he was in Tua's circumstance against their defense with our O line. Like you want to hear the reality that all these Dolphin fans aren't going to like? Guess what? Yeah, it looked like there was a top 5 defense on the field on Sunday, but it was the Patriots. It was not us.
Yeah, when those are some of the frustrations with the team and how they've built the team, right? Because some of us.
Well, show me 289 against press man, us playing our game, not against us playing off coverage, soft zone, and you just getting everything underneath. Like,
I think we're gonna see that more.
And then if you watch the body breakdown, on Twitter. He was like, even though Mac has a safety valve at the end of even though Mac knows he has somewhere to go with the ball if they blitz or whatever, he still has nowhere to throw the ball. He still can't throw the ball downfield because the Miami secondary wasn't going to allow him to do that. He still had nothing.
Yeah, I think we're gonna see press man week 17, and I think they were preparing for this week game.
And my thing is every team is going to be different. Bill Belichick had months to prepare for us. We were his first game. So it's like and then on top of that, people may look at it as quarterback against quarterback, but at the same time, like we keep saying, both quarterback situations are different. Mac has an offensive line and a running game. Tua doesn't.
That's
Tua
why the
still had
comparisons
to.
are stupid.
Yeah, and so it's like Tua and this offense or this Miami team still had to find a way to win the game. It took both sides of the ball to win this game.
I don't want to say he didn't have a run game. They just didn't do it enough.
Got no damn run game.
Because Gaskin was
reasons. Quote me if I'm wrong.
Don't have no run game.
I agree with that.
Quote me if I'm wrong.
They just stopped giving it to him.
Or you just pass the ball out the backfield. That could be your run game.
Didn't we have like 5 yards to carry last week?
Yeah, Gaskin averaged like 5.4, 5.6 yards per carry.
But
they only ran him 9 times.
But if you don't run, then you don't have a run game.
The one thing Gaskin did, though, you could tell sometimes he doesn't see the hole, because it was one play where the offensive line had a big hole for him, but he bounced on the outside instead of going through the middle that they had open for him.
I
So
think he was
sometimes
trying
he
to bounce
misses
out.
it. Yeah,
I think he was doing it multiple times during that game. I felt like he was doing it I think every drive that he had more than at least for first downs and everything, he bounced it out. And I think that's what he was kind of playing off of. Was like, okay, they're not making these throws for me.
I think that's just
that's what I mean. Like he had to. That's
But
why
she's
I think
she's talking about one specific play where there was actually some space up the middle, and
they had a big hole, and he still bounced out.
I know.
Yeah, he probably got PTSD. He already knows
what I
what there.
Well,
that's what I think.
That's the shitty thing about a shitty offensive
Yeah,
line.
man.
It starts to cause. I hate that people
Makes players
real,
queasy.
Well, yeah, if I'm keeping it real, I hate that people jump on Sam Darnold for the ghosts comment, because that shit happens, bro.
Yeah.
The way that some people trash him for that, that shit happens, and it's understandable when you're getting harassed back there. Sometimes you're gonna see ghosts, bro, and sometimes you're gonna get rattled. So
it was one play. It was one play where Tua passed the ball to Gesicki, and it was still accurate. I think Gesicki right arm was being held because he still had one hand on the ball, but it dropped. It was still a good pass, but even though his offensive line is leaky, Tua was still try to sit in the pocket, because because obviously he believes in his capabilities. I can make this throw. I just need just get open, just get open. Let me just hold on.
Reasons and Martin and ball game said it the other night when it was doing all 22. One Mississippi, barely two Mississippi. Give them a little more time.
Just
two missed. We got two missed.
Two missed, and that was it. That's all he's allowed to get at all in this
2.5 seconds. It's not
because when they do give him time, you could tell he does make those them two deep passes, them two deep passes in the game, or one that would have been a touchdown. When they do give him time, he makes his throws. Them two deep passes wouldn't have happened if they didn't hold their blocks.
Yeah, that was
it's one Mississippi. Oh shit!
Yeah,
dude, I got a guy in my face. I got 3 guys in my face. Even I got 5 blockers.
Right.
He can step up too.
Just give him the clean pocket. He turns around, surprise, motherfucker.
I think they're waiting for the defender to step up though, because I feel like we saw in the preseason game in Atlanta, we saw him step up a bunch, a lot of times just to get those passes out, because he knew that he either had to move up in the pocket or he had to throw a quick throw. And I'm guessing Bill Belichick was probably waiting for that. He's probably waiting. All right, if he steps up, I'm gonna have either Matthew Judon or have one of the other defensive linemen go after him if he tries to move.
No, if you saw the all 22, every time he would maneuver out the pocket, you had Cal Van Noy or Matt Judon waiting on him.
Exactly, they was spying.
Or Hightower.
They was spying. So even Bill Belichick knows Tua ain't no statue back there.
No, he knows he'll move
if he has a chance to run, he gonna run it.
I don't like.
Well, they weren't really running They weren't really. It wasn't so much a spy as if you watched it. Like Kyle Van Noy came up to the line of scrimmage, and instead of engaging, he hovered along the line of scrimmage and then watched what he did, saw the opening and attacked. Dante Hightower was getting off his block and making a play. Kyle Van Noy was doing the same too.
He does what he always does.
It wasn't a conventional spy. A conventional spy sits in the middle there and
but it's just the fact that they were right there every time he would try to get out the pocket. That's how you know Bill Belichick know what Tua capable of.
Boy.
The reason he's the best. The reason he's one of the best.
Flo got to do it this week. He got to figure it out. It's his time.
I think this gonna be. I think they're gonna.
That's why I think we can win 24-17, because of taking away the passing as much as we can, design some type of pass rush without having to blitz too much.
I expect this offense against Buffalo to be more. I mean, again, every defense is going to be different. So I expect more aggressiveness with this offense as the season goes on.
Exactly.
If they don't beat them this week, they're never going to beat them.
And we got Waddle. Now.
I mean, look, this is.
I wish we had the Ravens this week, to be honest.
This is definitely the opportunity, right? Because we are going to have to. The next time we see them, it's going to be in Buffalo, and it's going to be down the line a little bit with what you would expect them to. What is that? Week 8.
Halloween.
Expect to be in.
That's going to be a scary side
at that point. So
they'll be in full stride, and so will we. But this is the time to get them right now.
I mean, I feel Tua. I'm again. I'm not worried about. Tua. It's just I need just everybody Everybody just need to know their role, do their job, make as many catches as you can. Like it's just everybody just need to do what they supposed to do, and they'll be fine. Yeah. I'm really just concerned about how the OCs call plays during the flow of the game. That's what's going to matter to me.
It's going to be
Tua can put it on the spot just a little bit better, but the receivers got to catch the ball if they can put their hands.
My thing is, like we said, if you hit your hands, damn it, catch the ball.
Right. So if the hands touch the ball, you better catch that.
Catch it.
All right, so we reached an hour and a half here. I want to get some final thoughts. Let's start with you, Cash. Your final thoughts, buddy.
Now, hold on. Give me one quick second.
One Mississippi.
Two Mississippi.
Oh shit! All right, man. Well, first off, again, thank you for having me on the show. I love what you do. Love the all 22. Love the breakdown. I thought it was the best, breakdown. So, definitely want to give you your props on that. Love what you do, man. For me, key to the game, limit the blitz. Try to contain Allen as much as possible. Don't rely too much on the man defense. Mix it up with some zone. Try to spy him here and there. Whatever you got to do. Offensively, I want us to commit to that RPO. You know what I mean? I don't want it to be kind of sprinkled in here and there. I want us to commit and really give it to them. Unleash Waddle. You know what I mean? Let them have it. Take advantage of the check downs. If they are available. Not everything needs to be the home run. You know what I mean? Or that tight window throw. Be efficient, stay on the field, keep Allen on the sideline. Those are my thoughts. Can't wait.
Tyler, your final thoughts.
I'm looking forward to the game. Again, I'm gonna be with Austin Jackson coming back. I'm gonna see if this offensive line is better. Again, I want to see how the co-offensive coordinators. I want to see how the co-coordinators call the game. And I think it'll be. I think the game be close than what people are projecting, and I wouldn't be surprised if Miami does pull a win. Now that Tua is comfortable in this offense, I'm expecting him to, call his own plays and, just have that situational awareness that he had in the last game. So I'm confident, but at the same time, I wouldn't be surprised if they did lose too. So.
Wayne, let's hear your final thoughts.
Reasons, as you know, great show as always. Everybody, shout out to everybody on the panel and all the fans watching. Please hit the like button first. I think the Dolphins need to go ahead and take it back. Go watch a Little Giants movie and just think about it just one time. You only need to win one time. That can change the narrative of everything that's against them right now. Offensive line, just pick it up. When we get on offense, like I said the other day, strike hard, strike fast, no mercy. Just pedal to the metal. Don't stop. Defense line, figure it out, guys. We don't have Raekwon. We understand it. Brian Flores, this is your time to get your team right and change everything. You know what I'm saying? So I'm hoping that, everybody expect the worst, but hope for the best. You never know. We at home, so let's see what happens, man. Hands up.
Z-Man, your final thoughts, dude.
I think this is the best chance to really beat Buffalo. You don't want Buffalo to get going and try to face them in the middle of the season. That's not really the best for us. We gotta get Buffalo off our back. That's the problem. We haven't beat them in the last couple of years. We haven't beat them under Flores. So they gotta do something. I think they're gonna win. It's gonna be a tough game. Josh Allen gonna be Josh Allen, but he also gonna make the mistakes. So we just gotta take advantage of the mistakes that he do take. And do you know that he got 11 fumbles over the last couple games? And if we keep creating them turnovers, which they've been practicing, so hopefully it works out for us.
Chaz, your final thoughts.
Yeah, great show as always, Reason. Yeah, I think that we definitely have a chance to win as long as our pass rush can show up. And hopefully we can stick to the run game a little bit more to help Tua out a little bit. Hopefully, +2, our receivers can do a little bit of a better job, because there was a couple of plays last week where the receivers just didn't do good enough on their routes. But that's about it.
Okay, I'll go from the bottom and then I'll come back up to Dylan and Logan. Healer, your final thoughts.
All right. Well, thank you, Reason, for having us on. I appreciate the live stream always, man. It's always nice to talk about the Fins and everything like that. I'm excited for the game. Sadly, I won't be able to watch it because I got work, but I hope that we were able to contain Josh Allen. I hope we get to, at least, we hold him to a certain amount of yardage. I would say hopefully maybe like 200 yards to 150 yards, hopefully, and maybe get an interception out of him. But I hope we come out, I hope we come out with a bang. I hope we come out with a win for this game, and I hope, we'll come out 2-0. Fins up, baby.
Fins for life, your final thoughts.
What's up, everyone? Reason, good show. I was excited about this week. Last week, I wanted to say real quick, I was proud of how they went through the 3-minute offense, and did their victory formation and need on the field and ended the game. The O-line didn't play great. They played good enough. They're going to get better as the year goes on. For this next game against Buffalo, our third down defense definitely has to play better. And I don't know who was Tua. If he would have made just 2 or 3 more passes, he could have shut everybody up last week. But he'll have another chance to do it this week. I think we got a good chance to win. That was a good film breakdown session too.
Thanks,
on the all 22. So yeah, let's beat the Bills. Let's go 2-0 and get a lock hold on first place. Fins up.
Dylan, your final thoughts, buddy.
Yeah, thanks for having me. If you guys out there want to see my full thoughts and my breakdown, check out my channel, Dolphins with Dylan. I put my preview out today. But other than that, man, yeah, I'm excited for this game, but I'm nervous as shit. I'm not gonna lie. So I'm gonna be on the edge of my seat. I'm gonna be watching it and be with y'all and be hanging in there, and hopefully we can surprise the world, man. Come away with this dub. So on that,
we gonna
fins
shock
up,
the
baby.
world. We gonna shock the world.
I hope so. Fins up, baby. Let's do it.
Cap for life. The motto of this channel for over a year has been all 22 or nothing. Just remember, this is where it started. Logan, what's going on, bro?
What's up, man? Yeah, I know I didn't get to talk much. I was kind of letting everybody else go. I didn't want to interrupt, but thanks for having me on. And yeah, so how I feel about the game, like, I said my score. I think the Bills can run away with it. I think that if the Dolphins do pull out the victory, I really don't think Tua is going to be the reason. I think you're going to see the same thing because we don't really have that. We were talking about it, how we didn't have our offensive identity yet. He's only started. This will be his 11th start. I think he still needs, in the middle of the season, I think that's when he's going to really take off. I don't really see it yet against the Bills. I think the defense is going to win this game for us and special teams. I think that's how we're going to pull it out.
But you have us losing anyways.
Dude, I was losing 38.
I do too.
38-24, man. We're so bad against the Bills. But yeah, I think if the Bills just get like really far ahead, hopefully and that's the thing is the play calling is
from the 56 they put up last year, right?
Yeah, I mean, and the reason
we almost beat them last year, the first game.
Yeah, we did, but
because the Heat, right? Was that in Miami?
We don't have the offensive identity, and these play calling. It's too scared, and like Tua had to audible himself to win the game. Like hopefully
the fact that they called a run.
Hopefully he has that confidence to do that, but
like
we'll
that's
see.
crazy.
But I like that he has the green light to do that.
It's only football.
And as far as the Fuller thing goes, I mean, it's sad. But our wide receiver room stacked, so I don't.
Yeah, we ain't gonna miss him.
You know, and Parker's showing up, and
I don't know about that.
hopefully
It would have been
Gesicki
nice
gets
though.
involved.
It would have been nice.
Anyways,
it would have been nice.
I'm praying for a
We'll
victory.
see, though.
I'm gonna be definitely gonna be watching, and man, fins up.
Yep. All right, guys, I'll be back. I'll probably be back around 12:15, 12:30 on Sunday for the game, and then tomorrow I'm gonna go live at some point just for a little bit, and I want to take a look at Will Fuller, and Javon Holland. So, from all 22, I told. Oh, Will Fuller! Wow, Jalen Phillips, and Javon Holland.
Like, well,
I
that's
want
gonna be
to take
useless.
I want to take a look back at their snaps.
I know that'll be real
from
quick.
Sunday. So I'm gonna chop it up tonight and make my notes. And at some point tomorrow, I'll be back, and I'll be back for like an hour or so, and we'll take a look at Jalen Phillips and stuff. All right, so
Hit that like button.
and hopefully I have some news on Will Fuller by tomorrow. So, yeah, so I'll see you guys tomorrow. I'll be back again to look at Jalen Phillips and Javon Holland from game 1. And I might even throw some Eichenberg in there if I've got enough time. And then kind of look at the rookie.
one where he tripped.
Eichenberg.
Go ahead. Hit that like button. Subscribe if you're new. We're almost at 5,200. And I will see you guys tomorrow and Sunday. So everyone have a good Friday night. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Stay happy, healthy.
This is the spot. This is the